Hey my friends, my name is Jonas, and in this video I'm going to share with you what is easily one of the most incredible psychedelic experiences of my entire life that happened with ayahuasca last night right here in this very room. Now let me set the stage for you. Today I'm coming to you from the Sacred Valley of Peru, where I'm attending an ayahuasca retreat. Right next to the Urubamba River. And the energy here, this place just feels amazing, right? 2-week retreat is pretty full on. There's 3 ayahuasca ceremonies per week. So last night was my 5th ayahuasca ceremony, and I can tell you, this was completely different from the prior 4. Nothing like last night, which felt like a truly life-changing trip of a lifetime, okay? Ayahuasca, as many of you know, is an ancient plant medicine that's been made in the Amazon basin for thousands of years. It's a combination of this vine right here. See if that comes into focus. This is called the caapi vine. Combination of this vine with a plant, a leaf, called the chacruna leaf. Here's a really interesting fact for you guys. Now, the Amazon basin is one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on the entire planet, right? More than 80,000 plant species there. The odds of finding the exact pairing between a particular vine and a leaf, one which contains DMT, one which contains an MAOI enzyme inhibitor that makes the DMT orally active. The odds of finding this exact pairing by chance is 1 in literally billions. And according to historical accounts, multiple independent indigenous groups in the Amazon basin who had no contact independently discovered ayahuasca. This is a complete mystery. I mean, truly it's unexplainable by modern science, which kind of says like, oh, this was a happy coincidence, this was an accident, you know? It was no accident. No accident that ayahuasca was discovered. If you ask the indigenous people themselves, they'll tell, they say, their oral traditions say that the spirits of nature communicated this information, communicated this wisdom in shamanic states of consciousness. The plants themselves spoke to humans through non-ordinary states of consciousness and communicated this wisdom of not only the 2 plants, but how to brew this brew, right? So all this is to say, this is an incredibly powerful, magical, mysterious, miraculous, ancient plant medicine that in some senses defies our very understanding of the laws of the universe, okay? So I was just extremely excited for this ayahuasca retreat. Backing up a little bit, in some ways I had no idea why I felt called to ayahuasca. Sort of my intentions were to, there was a curiosity, there was an interest, I had this intuitive sense, you know, I wanted to learn, I wanted to grow, I wanted to evolve, to heal, to connect, to love, to be of service. These were all my intentions, but they were all kind of vague, you know, there was nothing in particular, there was no like specific thing that I wanted to fix or like get some insight into. So all interesting stuff, right? After last night's ceremony, now I know. Now I know, my friends. I know why I came here. So last night, I drank a cup of ayahuasca, again, right here in this very room. I was laying down on a little bed, right here, and started to feel some nausea coming on. So ayahuasca is a purgative medicine, which means that it induces purges in many different senses, vomiting, and this is an important part of an essential part of the healing process, you could say, because it's not just a physical reaction. There's a mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual component to it, where the system is being cleansed, detoxified. It's really kind of amazing how that happens. So probably was about like 20 or 30 minutes into the experience, I just kind of like had a moment of clarity and checked in, became present, and sensed the experience. And it was like there was this screen in front of me. It still wasn't very visual, you know? And all of a sudden, I just had this intuition. I said, inwardly, I kind of whispered, like, Grandmother Ayahuasca. Just had a sense to do that. I don't know. all of a sudden, right as I said that, this screen in front of me, like my visual field, my eyes were closed. It was completely dark in this room. The ceremony started at 8:30, right? Uh, this screen came to life and like rippled and undulated and with intelligence, with light, with color. It was like iridescent. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And I was like kind of taken aback, and I was like, whoa. And I just said, Grandmother Ayahuasca, I love you so much. And what happened next was really, really hard to put into words. I'm going to try. So I basically felt myself like moving into this screen, or moving into like through a film of some sort, into ayahuasca herself, you could say, itself. And all of a sudden I was in a place between places, like kind of like interdimensional, outside of space and time, right? Like a non-physical, whatever. Very hard to put into words. The visuals were off the charts, whereas before in the past 4 experiences I really hadn't been feeling like seeing that many lucid images. It was like rainbow fireworks like going off all around, like 360. It felt like reality itself, the fabric of space-time, was being pulled apart at the seams, and in between the cracks, it was like this electrical, power-charged, divine energy, life force to the max. It was incredible. It was completely awe-inspiring. I felt like I was in the presence. I felt like it was like a divine visitation. My friends, it's like, it almost sounds ridiculous to put this into words, but it was such an incredible experience. Now, that kind of gave way to a full visual landscape, okay? And what I saw next was truly incredible, truly incredible. An ancient city, a vast metropolis here on Earth, something out of a fantasy movie or novel, except it felt the undeniable sense of reality. It was so real and clear. Okay, now, this ancient civilization was extremely advanced, way more advanced than humanity today, way more spiritually evolved. It doesn't even compare. A very spiritually aware, advanced civilization that was in harmony with nature, that was working with the cosmic forces of creation, rather than modern humanity, which domineers, which exploits the planet, rather than working in harmony, in togetherness, in balance with nature. This is possible for humanity. And it was just so incredible to see this. Very clear, undeniable sense. My friends, this may sound ridiculous to you, but Atlantis is real. Okay? Like, this was communicated to me very clearly in this ayahuasca experience. Whether or not this ancient civilization, which was actually called Atlantis, throughout human history, there's been this mythology swirling in the human collective consciousness of a lost ancient civilization, right? And Peru is like one of the global epicenters of this, because there's all these mysterious megalithic sites. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to be uploading some videos that I've taken at some of these ancient sites. I'm super excited for it because they are incredible, and I'm going to prove to you that what I'm saying is not preposterous. Even though it disagrees with all of modern science and all modern like history, historical accounts, archaeology, our current understanding of the history of mankind. Our current understanding is accurate but incomplete. There are missing chapters from the way ancient past, okay? Now, as I was seeing this visual scape of this like beautiful metropolis, like pyramids, the whole thing, you know, like highly advanced but organic, natural, in tune, in alignment with nature. The very clear sense that I'm not just some objective, like, passive observer here. I have lived a past lifetime in this place. The feeling was undeniable. undeniable. Not only that, but it was a feeling of many of the people who were in this room, who were in this ceremony last night, and not only that, but probably many people on the planet right now, at some point, lived or experienced a lifetime in this place. Okay, this is part of the inheritance of humanity. This is part of the story of humanity. It's in our DNA. It's in our collective unconscious, whether we know it or not. And I was really like, it was pretty detailed. I was sensing details about how they lived back then, about how we lived back then. I even, like, my wife from that time, like, I remember my wife, incredibly beautiful, stunning. I love her so much. Weird to say. As this experience kind of progressed, the rainbow, electric, thunderbolt fireworks sort of started to subside. The visions sort of started to kind of dissipate, to fade away, and just sort of recede and ripple away. And I was just left with this unbelievable feeling of gratitude, of love, of remembrance, of unlocking. My friends, so there's a few things to say here. Here's why I think this is so important. Well, first of all, reincarnation is real. Okay, we are infinite divine beings in a temporary human lifetime. We must know this. I recently made a video about young children who, from the time they can speak, describe accurate, detailed, lucid memories of a prior lifetime with such specific detail that they can be confidently matched up to a real person who really lived and died. Check out that video. It's like really, really incredible research, whole body of research around this topic. Thousands of case reports, right? Reincarnation is real. We are infinite divine beings in a temporary human lifetime. Consciousness is eternal. We must know this. This is in disagreement with all of modern science. Modern science is brilliant, has taken us so far, but is profoundly limited by the dogma of materialism. Modern science insists that there's nothing more to life in the universe than a material reality. There's nothing more to consciousness than this physical body. It's all not true. Those are completely unprovable assertions. There is so much more. All of this reality is just the tiniest tip of the iceberg of the infinite mystery of life, and there's so much more to what we are than this one physical lifetime, okay? Please understand this. Maybe something in you feels that to be true and knows that to be true, okay? But this is the divine prophecy of humanity, to remember that we are more than just human. We are divine beings, and not only that, we are all one, and not only that, we've all emerged from the same infinite source, okay? Right now on this planet, it is a very, very, very special time, a very sacred time. Our ancient ancestors around the world spoke and prophesied with amazing accuracy about this time, okay? The ancient Mayans, the ancient Olmecs, the ancient Egyptians with the prophecy of Thoth, the people in Australia, the Hindus, American Indians, the Hopi tribe have this prophecy called the Return of the Rainbow Warriors, okay? And all these prophecies tell us that there would be this descent into darkness. Humanity would forget our oneness. We would forget the sacredness of life. We would forget our divinity, that God is not out there. Godliness is within each one of us, okay? We would forget. We would descend into darkness. Chaos would ensue. And to say the least, it certainly has. I mean, what a mess. What a mess we have made. But this is not the end of the prophecies. They all say that there will come the dawn of a new age, the dawn of a new light. Sometimes the night is darkest before the dawn, right? And here again is why I think all of this, like Atlantis, lost ancient civilization stuff, is so important. Because please understand, this is an evolutionary key. This can unlock a whole new worldview and cosmology for humanity. The implications are immense. Here's the fundamental thing, that as humanity, as a collective, opens our minds to a bigger picture understanding of the mysteries of life, of the incredible miracle of the cosmos, of our place in the cosmos, of the true history of Earth, of metaphysics, and on and on and on. As our mind opens up in this way, so too do our hearts. Our hearts soon follow. And this is what it's all about. We need more love on this planet. We need more kindness. It's so simple. It's so simple, right? And it all begins within each one of us. World peace begins within each one of us. I'm going to be uploading a video soon where I talk even more about this vision of the future evolution of humanity that I've also received from ayahuasca. This was an amazing, amazing experience. My friends, I now know why I felt called to come here, to participate in this experience. I'm left with such a feeling of gratitude and love to ayahuasca. It is such an honor. It was such an honor to receive this blessing. Such an honor. Now, I do also want to just say and acknowledge the center where I'm at right now is called Arkana. Arkana Spiritual Retreat Center, here in the Sacred Valley. This is in no way a paid promotion, but my experience here has been truly fantastic, magnificent. It has been very challenging at times. My friends, over the last 4 ceremonies, I was challenged. I was tested. But it was like this divine synchronicity. It all happened as it should. So I just say that I do genuinely recommend this place. The facilitators were amazing. The location is beautiful. The food is fantastic. The shamans, maestro and maestra, special people, special place. What an honor, what a privilege, what a blessing. Thank you so much for joining me again here. Appreciate you all. See you very soon in the next video. Peace.